Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Yeah. All right. Good morning. Habari Ghani, my people. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the pulse of Phoenix and beyond. Like always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Damon Ellison and my co-host,
Iesha.
Yes, we will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in our vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations from the heart of our city. Let's get it going, man. It's a crazy week. Big news, all type news. We know what was going on in LA. I mean, it has definitely died down a lot since Monday when it all started and kicked off. But we're going to talk about that, show some clips and things. I know everybody's seen them, but we want to discuss them because we're the end of the week. We just want to rediscuss these things, rehash it. We just talk about what's been going on and what we've seen so far this week. That's what we're about. So, I mean, it might be some videos and clips that you've already seen online, but we just want to discuss them with the people and get it going. That's what Habari Entertainment is about, Habari Live, the podcast anyway. So, yeah, let's get it going. What's the top stories for today, Iesha?
This week in the news, Trump's administration proposed major cuts towards higher education this week. He proposed that for the 2026 fiscal year, the budget be slashed, that they would slash the maximum that individuals receive for the Pell Grant from $7,395 to $5,710 and reduce the federal work study funding program, which is raising concerns about access to college for lower income individuals. Also this week, he moved to restore the Confederate names on our military bases. He announced this week that he plans to reverse naming efforts as U.S. military bases previously named for Confederate leaders, reigniting the national debate on Confederate symbolism.
This is crazy, man. All the work that was put in for everyone to take all these Confederate monuments down, which it was, the daughters of the Confederates that fought for these monuments in the early 1900s. These girls went around. They were a group trying to get people to rename and put monuments of the Confederates who were traitors. And it's crazy that we have so many traitors named after places that everyone has to go to. And these people didn't like everyone or thought that everyone was a whole person. So it's unbelievable to me that we want to keep the names of these people who were traitors and they hated black people. They hated Northerners. They hated the government. And Trump wants to put them back on the military bases where people of all colors fight, where people of all colors are in the military. And these people didn't think that people of all colors meant anything. So it's unbelievable, man, but it's on par with the Trump administration and what they've been about since day one. So you can't be surprised. And I think Medgar Evers, his name was removed. I think he was in the military also, but I think he was kicked out for some racist stuff. So, and they're trying to remove his name also. So it's sad, man. It's sad. Everybody's hollering there's no racism, but seems like all the people that he is focusing on, it's black people, gay people, and it's pretty sad.
It is. And he also vowed to adjust his immigration crackdown in
Hmm.
order to protect migrant farmers and the hotel workers.
Okay.
Following backlash that he received from the agriculture and hospitality sectors.
Mm-mm.
Trump said that he plans to pause deportations of non-criminals, long-term migrant workers in the farm, hotel, and restaurant sectors, and that he promised an executive order would be coming pretty soon, although no action has been taken quite yet.
Why are you going to put an executive order on laws that you put in place in the first place?
Through executive order.
I mean, I don't do this dude. I mean, if y'all understand the tax dollars that he's flushing down the toilet by being the taco that he is, he's always chumping out on his moves. Hey, we all said this in the beginning, and y'all laughed at us, called us leftists and crazy people because we were trying to tell you this is going to be a problem. You can't get rid of all of these people. You want to go after the criminals, that's fine. But when you start going after the hard working immigrants, this is going to be an issue. You all laughed at us. You call us dumb libs, stupid libs, all of the names you can think of. But now he has to turn around and go back. Now he has to, oh, it's hurting the white people. This is the type shit that we're dealing with in America. When all these people are telling you that their families are being ripped apart, we're all screaming and telling you, hey, man, this is not right. But who does he listen to? When the business owners come and talk to him and tell him that they're being hurt. Oh, I'm hurting you guys? Oh, okay. Well, let me stop then. Let me stop then. Now you're going to stop? Now you're going to worry about who you're picking up, and you're not going to pick up the farm workers because they're hurting? But we told you, if you go on just taking all these people out, it's going to hurt the economy. You laughed at us. You said they're all criminals. They're all breaking the law, is what you said, Billy the Wolf. That's what they said. So it's insane to see him turn around and want to do something totally different than what he was just hollering. They're all criminals. But now we have to switch it up because, it's hurting the farmers. A damn shame, man.
Right. In some sad news this morning, Minnesota lawmakers have been targeted in political violence. In a shocking wave of violence this morning, a man impersonating a police officer carried out coordinated shootings in Minnesota, in the Minnesota suburbs of Brooklyn Park and Chaplin. State Representative Melissa Hortman, and she's former House Speaker, and her husband both were shot and killed in their home. Additionally, Senator John Hoffman and his wife were critically wounded but are expected to survive. The authorities are saying that they discovered a manifesto inside of a fake police SUV, including a hit list of public officials, and are treating it as a targeted political violence. They're advising a shelter in place order remain in effect, and the suspect is still at large at this time.
Man.
Leaders across the aisle have condemned the attack as an assault on democracy. I mean, this is just sad that this guy just walks up to these people's houses impersonating a police officer, and it's just sad. The act of violence.
I just want to ask a question. What didn't they say they found a manifesto?
Yeah, they said they
Did-
found
did
a
they-
manifesto.
Did they say any information came out of the manifesto or anything like
Not
that?
yet. They haven't released any information from the manifesto, as from what I can see. But they did say that it was found inside of the police vehicle, SUV, fake SUV that he was driving.
Mm-mm. And what are these? Whether what? Man, it's sad. It's just sad, man. I don't care what side of the aisle the people were on. You don't want to see this happen to anyone. And when politics start getting to this level where people are getting killed, man, I keep saying, man, the rhetoric. You look at the people in the comment sections, and you look at the people and what they're saying all the time. The hate monger. We only been on for 10 minutes. We've been already called an N-word. 10 minutes, we've already been called an N-word. This is the type stuff that we deal with. And then they always, here they go, you're the most privileged race in the people. So privileged that we get called an N-word 10 minutes within our going live. That's how privileged we are. The privilege to to see racism 24/7. I can't scroll through Facebook. I can't scroll through anything. Any comment section I go through, I see a black face. I know it's going to be some racism. Mm-hmm. And then they try to tell you that you're blaming and crying, and you're putting it all on the people who are passing laws for DEI because they say they can't get jobs. They're kicking out all the immigrants because they say they can't get jobs. But hey, I saw a couple of ads asking people to come and help the farmers because they're short right now. You gonna help them out, old MAGA? Are you gonna help them out?
Y'all gonna go out there and work those fields?
Right. Are you gonna work those fields? Man, dog.
I mean,
it's insane, bro.
It is insane.
This is the stuff we deal with.
And MAGA wants to be so controlling that they've put laws in place.
Go ahead, switch that
state that the 10 Commandments must be placed in all classrooms and visible for everyone to see, right? Well, families in Arkansas have sued over the 10 Commandments in the classroom.
Man.
The parents and civil liberties advocates are challenging a state law that is requiring 10 Commandments in public schools and libraries, with the plaintiffs citing separation of church and state. Because how are you going to force people to read and learn the 10 Commandments, which is it's Christian commandments, right? Let's just put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
When you have other students in the classroom who may be Jewish, who may be Muslim, they may be any other religion. They may not even have a religion. They may be atheist.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to force them to learn your Christian ways. That's the reason why separation of church and state exists.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's sad, man. We're going backwards as a country. We're going backwards, man. You look at the people that we have to deal with every day. We got these same people talking about the 10 Commandments and the Bible and Jesus. These are the biggest hypocrites, man. These people aren't religious, man. They're evil. To push your religion, you know how many religions is? 5,000, over 5,000 religions. What makes yours better than anyone else's?
Right.
Or anyone who just doesn't care about religion. Why are you gonna make them like this? It's they always talking about the founding fathers, and then they're always but the founding fathers did not want Christianity or religion to be a part of the government at all. That's why they left Europe. That's why they left there.
Right.
They wanted to be free to be able to go to any religion that they want to and practice any religion that they want without being persecuted for their religion.
Yep.
And these same people now are trying to push their religion. They're trying to push their thoughts on everyone else. They don't want girls to have abortion. They're pushing that on people. They're trying to push out pornography and tell people what they can't watch. Then when you say, hey, let's do something about guns. Nope, you can't do it's in the Constitution. Can't change that. Everything else, they don't give two fucks about. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Your religion isn't better than anyone else's. People that believe in the flying spaghetti monster has just the right as you do.
Right.
For real. What else you got?
This week, a man led a multi-day police chase in Metro Detroit while driving a semi-truck.
Yeah, what now?
Dramatic multi-day pursuit through Metro Detroit ended with the suspect being captured while he was driving a semi-truck.
Mm.
The investigation is continuing to determine his motive and his background, but throughout the event, the counties that he was driving through, they would call it off due to dangerous situations, but he led a multi-county, multi-day um, police chase
Okay.
while driving his 18-wheeler.
Wow. He was in a police chase with the 18-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty goofy. You're not getting away.
Right.
I mean, this 18-wheeler is pretty slow. So I don't know what he was thinking about. I mean, he was probably better off on foot than messing with that, man.
And why didn't the police just use a tire spike or any other methods to stop
I
it?
don't know. It's probably because you didn't want a semi out of control. Probably can hurt a lot of people.
That's true.
So it's probably a reason why they didn't do that.
True. But also this week, Phoenix Homeless Services Hub
Go ahead, switch.
Has cut 110 beds. The Phoenix Humane Services campus, the largest homeless service provider in the city, announced that they have a reduction of 110 shelter beds amid its growing homelessness population.
How are we losing beds when we have issues? We know we have issues. How are we losing beds? I don't understand the plans that we have. The homeless population it seems to be growing. We seem to see more people with carts on the streets, more people sleeping on bus stops. I mean, you drive around the Phoenix area, and this is what you see. People sleep on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what's the plan. We're just going to yell at them and tell them to pull their bootstraps up. I mean, this is not working. I mean, I don't understand why we have so many issues trying to help the people that need help.
Mm-hmm.
The people need help. It doesn't matter what their life was. It doesn't matter what their problems were. We can't leave people on the side of the road. Look how the city is turning it out, man. I've been here 20 years, and I swear, man, this is the worst the city has ever looked. It's just getting worse and worse.
I've been here 16 years, and it definitely was not this bad when I first
Nah,
moved
man.
here.
And you see all these people with trash everywhere, throwing shit everywhere, and people don't give a hell about the city. It's because the people don't give a hell about the city. The leaders don't give a fuck. They see these people living on the streets, and we're not doing anything.
We're banning them from being homeless, basically.
Yeah, like that's gonna work. How you gonna make it illegal to be poor?
Right.
You know that's their plan. Like what is going on, man?
It's ridiculous. Instead of helping our homeless population, we're focusing on things like Scottsdale's unified curriculum being under fire.
Oh my goodness.
Arizona Superintendent Tom Horn and the police are criticizing Scottsdale's unified school district over its allegedly politically based curriculum content, triggering a broader community debate. They don't want Black Lives Matter and George Floyd being taught in the textbooks, although this was approved by the school district.
Man, that's insane. I agree with you, LMVG. We are losing services for poor and low income to give more tax cuts for the rich. That's the move. That's the play. I don't understand this infatuation with Republicans and the critical race theory, which is a higher education course. And I don't understand why they think that it's in K through 12. It's pretty ridiculous. And and what they're calling it is DEI.
Mm-hmm.
So then anything that has anything to do with Black people, it's being taken out. The police officers, they didn't like how they're looking.
Right.
So they want it
being
taken
shown
out
in a negative
because
light.
they like who's 100% perfect? Every police officer is perfect? Is that what you're telling me? We don't
Every
have
human
any
being is perfect.
Right. What's going on? You guys can't read about mistakes that you've made? I don't get it, bro. This thing to hide history is so sick to me. It's so sickening. I don't understand the viewpoint. It's just so Nazi-esque.
What do you suggest we do for the homeless? Not ban them.
Well, only thing I can say is this, man. One thing I think that we should do is we're gonna have to put more money into mental health care. We're gonna have to do more about people who are having abuse problems with drugs. We're going to have to do something about these people. We're going to have to set some money aside federally to help every state because obviously every state cannot handle it. We need more beds for these people and we need something for the mentally ill. We keep acting like these people do not exist. Ever since we closed all the crazy homes that we had in the early 1900s, we shut them all down across the country. We have not put in place an alternative. And what do we see? We got people walking up and down the street, talking to themselves, talking to them, talking to the moon. Police see these people, everybody see these people, and we just keep driving by. Back in the day, these people were picked up, they were taken somewhere. Now, was the care good? No, that needed to be better. We dropped the ball on the care of these people. But we know we should learn from the mistakes that we made back then, and we should make it better because we can't keep these people on the streets because they're the ones that get the most violence. They're the ones that see they get beat up. People going around beating up homeless people, killing homeless people.
Right.
You know, people are crazy, man. I agree, Tammy Weber. Mental health is a nationwide epidemic, and federally, something needs to be passed. I don't know how this is. That's why this is a big fight about healthcare. A lot of people don't agree with it, but this is the reason why we think healthcare should be for all people, regardless of how much money you have. Because if we can get healthcare to some of these people, then we can start making into institutions that are just based on helping these people, schizophrenics. We have so many people that are suffering. We're not doing anything about it. So that would be my ideas. You got anything else?
Yeah. Lastly, this week, Blair High School students plan to walk out after one of their classmates were deported. Mind you, this high school is in Maryland. So the high school students plan to organize a walkout in order to protest the deportation of one of their longtime classmates, spotlighting the youth-led immigrant rights advocacy. So many children in our schools are taking it upon themselves to advocate for their friends because who else is going to do it?
It's a tough situation, man.
You have ICE raiding schools.
Right.
They're going into our schools and snatching our kids up just in hopes of getting to the parents.
That's disgusting to me. I just do not care, how hard it is to meet because the problem with Trump is they're trying to meet quotas.
Mm-hmm.
And these quotas they're not meeting the quotas, so they're doing whatever they have to do. And they've told these ICE agents that if you deport a certain amount of people, you're going to get a bonus. And so that's why they're out there acting so disgusting, because they're going to get money. They're going to get paid for how many people they bring in and how many people they capture. So that's why these people are going all the way out into churches, and they're going into all this because when you feed ugly, that's what you get back. No, that's, hey man, this I believe that they are giving them quotas for this. And it may not be 100% true, but I really believe that that's what they're doing because these people are disgusting. They weren't doing this just 6 months ago. ICE agents wasn't doing this under Biden. Why not? Why not? Why weren't they doing this under Biden? He was the person under control. So we know that this is something that's coming down from the top. Something that Trump is telling them, go out there, get them. It don't matter where they are. This is what Holman is telling them. It has to be. You think they're just doing this on their own? They just felt like it that day? Leadership is telling them to hit the school, hit the churches, hit the farms, arrest them in court. These are the things that they're being told. And I said, I also think they're getting quotas. Look that up, see that if they ask. We'll see. Because I believe they are. because these people are ICE wasn't this disgusting just last year. Yeah, man. We what is it? SGS. I don't know what your name is, but brother, yeah, Obama did deport, but why wasn't it this ugly under Obama? Why weren't people destroying things in the streets? You think it's because it was a black guy that they just loved it and they just took it from him? You think that's what the answer is? Come on, bro.
To answer
If
your
Obama,
question,
yeah, answer that question. Where are they getting? Are there quotas for ICE right now?
yes, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has been reported to have quotas specifically for detention beds and potentially for arrest. The 34,000 bed quota is tied
Mm-hmm.
to congressional operations and is interpreted as a requirement for ICE to maintain that many detention beds daily,
Mm-hmm.
although it's not a formal law. Additionally, there have also been reports of the Trump administration setting quotas for ICE to increase the amount of arrests,
Mm-hmm.
with some field officers reportedly given daily arrest targets.
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious, man, because these people, the way they are acting, they definitely are doing this for money. That's one thing that can make you don't care about the next person is something, putting something in your pocket. You know, they care about themselves and their situation. That's what they put in their mask on.
Mm-hmm.
So people won't come to them because they know that they're doing ugly things. That's why people wearing masks. That's why they wear masks.
Yep.
Because they know they're doing something that's disgusting.
ICE, according to the Washington Post, ICE has ramped up its arrests broadly in an effort to follow through on a directive from White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller to make a minimum of 3,000 arrests per day.
Yeah.
These heightened efforts were on display, as we saw last week in Los Angeles, when ICE descended on a woman's clothing manufacturer with a search warrant, and also the day laborers at Home Depot parking lot.
Yeah, you're right, James. You're right. Exactly what she just said. Stephen Miller is sicking them at 7-Elevens and Home Depots. People that's trying to work. People that woke up, day laborers, just trying to feed
work.
their family.
They're literally sitting there waiting to be picked up to go to work.
It's disgusting, man. And then they're asking why people are rioting, why people are protesting. Why do you think? This is disgusting. There are humane ways to take care of this without being like this. There are ways to do this without arresting people who came to court. Like I see so many people who are in suits being put into vans because the people came to court. Isn't that the whole thing that you're saying? Oh, they're illegal. Well, they're illegal until they become legal. If they're filing for their visas, they're doing everything right, they're coming to their court dates. Like you're acting like people can't come to America is what is this is like. That's what you guys are saying. You just don't want anybody to come to America because these are people who are doing the right things and they're still being kicked out. That's disgusting, man. And I don't understand why so many people are still with this, man. They got them, deport them all. Even though your boy Trump just turned back on it and said, well, we're going to stop deporting the farmers because they're hurting. The hotels, they're hurting, so we're going to stop doing that. While y'all are sitting around calling them wetbacks, look at you, man. I swear, man, you people are disgusting, man. I just don't understand you people, man. These people are here working hard.
They trying to work but not apply for citizenship.
Oh, my goodness. Some people just do work visas. They just do work visas. They just come here to work. They don't want to be a citizen. They just come here to do their job and go back when they can. Like you got to understand that their country is a third world country in most situations, right? So they're coming here to better themselves, like your parents did, like the people in your history that came over here, because no one was born here except the natives. So it's just ugly and disgusting to act like it's no one should be coming here anymore. That's what America's about, man. You look, every president always treated these people with kindness, talked about how great they are and what they bring to America. Trump is the only even George Bush Sr., Reagan, he gave them amnesty to thousands of them. Thousand. And that's why a lot of them still vote Republican because of that. No one treated these people the way they're being treated now, and this is disgusting. And a lot of people, a lot of people are saying that, oh, they voted for it. They voted for Trump. Not all of them. A lot of them did, but not all of them. And some of them are regretting their vote. But you can't you can't laugh at them while they're down. They did. A lot of them did make the wrong decision and voted for somebody who hates them. I don't know. You sometimes you have to see the consequences. I guess, man. It's tough. It's tough, man. I don't want to kick them while they're down, and like a lot of people have been doing. It's been a discussion about Hispanic and Black relationships in America, saying a lot of Hispanics have brought a lot of racism, and they have a lot of racism within their community for people that are dark skinned, and a lot of them have some talking to go within their community because it's something that's going on with them. So myself, I'm trying to stay out of it because it's not something that I don't want to get into. People always been good to me. So, I'm not going to kick them while they're down and say, oh, you shouldn't have voted for Trump, because it wasn't 100% all of them that did. And we know that. We know the numbers were too high, but we also see Black men. Their numbers rose up for Trump. So you also have to see those things also. Am I going to be mad at myself? Because those numbers went up. Like even animals have borders. Oh my God. Y'all be saying the craziest stuff. You still in here kissing the rings, saying racist stuff?
Yeah, he is.
Goodness, bro. Go change your diaper this morning. That's 15 years that dude didn't really have a real job. It's that the dude wasn't paying taxes. What? What are you talking about?
I just want to make them all mad this morning because,
Yeah.
Trump is supposed to be doing this parade
Yeah.
for his birthday today, right?
Stupid.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and show my appreciation for Barack Obama, because it is President's Appreciation Day. And we can go ahead and appreciate Barack Obama and all that he has done.
Mm-hmm.
Because
great president.
One of the greatest.
The best.
Just to make y'all mad.
The best out of the last 3 we've had. And just garbage what we have right now, man.
Man.
Garbage. At least we need to stop giving financial incentives to people who no one gets there's no financial incentives for crossing the border. You apply for asylum. You put in your story, you say what you're going through and the reason why you should come to America. And that's what you do. Most people get turned around from asylum, but that's why most people come to the border, is to apply for asylum. What's up, Jimmy? We are going to Chicago right now, and I think they are protesting in St. Louis also, if I am mistaken. Chicago, there's protests around the country. What is it called? Something against the king. We don't want a king. I forget the name of it, but look it up for me. But everyone is against this dictator that we have in office right now, celebrating like we're North Korea. It's unbelievable to see this guy wanting tanks. I saw some military people say that they're going to feel proud when they see this.
No King's protest.
There we go. No King's protest. And they're all across the country. People are protesting against this guy and what he's doing, and this stupid parade that he's trying to put forth. That so far I've heard is worth $40 million, $56 million, something in that range. And it may cost more, no matter the damage they do to the streets. Like this is disgusting. We don't want kings. Isn't that the whole reason why we had the Revolutionary War? We didn't want a king. But now, we got a guy who really thinks that he has a mandate to be the king of America. It's disgusting, man. Worst president ever. 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 Twice. He's trash. All right, so we're gonna talk about some more news. Go ahead, run that Habari News Weekly.
The Army said it's going to be $45 million for that
Yeah, that's what I
parade.
thought about 45 million.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to scoot back. 45 million, that's what I
Yeah.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with Damon Dipling Ellison. Sponsored by
Yo. So yeah, man, we want to talk about something that's been going on here in Arizona. A big subject. We brought it up a little bit with Tom Horn, trying to get books removed from Scottsdale. But I want to talk about it a little bit more, go in depth a little bit more about what's going on across the country with people trying to erase history, erase Black and LGBTQ plus stories from libraries, from schools. They it's a horrible mission, man. But it seemed like this was what MAGA is on. They are really adamant that they do not want these books that celebrate Black history, celebrate Black excellence. They don't want them in. They don't want them in the schools. It's disgusting work, man. But this is what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So they erasing us. The fight to ban Black and LGBTQ stories. Um, just gonna straight go into it, man. Uh, Hold on, my bad. Go ahead, start it off.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and be real. This isn't a new fight, but it's reached a dangerous new level. In state after state, books by authors like Toni Morrison, George M. Johnson, Nicole Hannah Jones are being pulled from the shelves. In fact, according to PEN America, over 1,800 titles were banned or challenged in 2023. And the majority of these books were written by people of color or members of the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah, man, it's disgusting. It is definitely disgusting, man, that we are going through this today in a day
Mm-hmm.
like this, and when we're supposed to all be, forward thinking futurists,
Right.
thinking about tomorrow.
Yep. And
But
Arizona's playing a major role in this
mhm,
wave because, Superintendent Tom Horn, he's leading an aggressive campaign trying to scrub what he calls woke ideology from our schools. He's saying that he's targeting critical race theory, but this is something that we all know is not taught in elementary schools or our grade school levels. It's something that's taught in a college level.
yeah, man, exactly. What he's targeting are books that talk about racism, inequality, and identity.
Mhm.
Books like the 1619 Project, which reframes American history through the lens of slavery, or All Boys Aren't Blue, a memoir that dares to center Black queer youth. Horn even issued a questionnaire to every public school in Arizona demanding that they report whether their kids are exposed to inappropriate content or divisive racial narratives.
Yep. And over 900 schools have refused to respond. That's nearly 40% of all public schools in the state of Arizona. Their silence, that was resistance.
Mhm.
But now these schools are facing pressure to comply or they risk funding for the next fiscal school year.
It's disgusting, man. And what it means for Phoenix, it's just heartbreaking, man. Let's zoom in on Phoenix, where these policies are already having real consequences. In the last 2 years, schools have shut down or merged. Roosevelt Elementary School District in South Phoenix shuttered 5 schools due to low enrollment and budget cuts. Paradise Valley, 3 closures. And Cave Creek is discussing even more closures.
Yep, you're right. And this is just, whew. But here's the twist. It's not just declining birth rates or student migration. It's the state's universal school voucher program that's draining our public funds.
Mm-mm.
Arizona now spends over $830 million a year on private school
Oh my
vouchers,
goodness.
even for our wealthy families. Public school districts are losing millions of our taxpaying dollars, and they're putting them directly into private schools using these vouchers.
Man, I don't understand why private schools are getting money. Private schools, you already have the money to pay for that's the reason why they have their private schools, because you have money. Why are we helping them? Why do we want to give more money to rich people? Why is that? Dog, we hate giving money to the poor. It's so disgusting. Everybody's so pissed. But anytime we're just giving money to the rich people, that's no problem. Give them another yacht. Oh, okay. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
I don't get it. I don't get it. That means less money for art, music, mental health services, and yes, for books. Teachers are fleeing the state in record numbers. Right now, Arizona has more than 2,000 vacant teaching positions, and many of the educators who stay are underpaid and overworked.
Yep. And Arizona's national ranking, dead last. 50 out of 50 states, dead last. You heard that right. So let's not sugarcoat this. Arizona ranks 50 out of 50 states in public education, according to Consumer Affairs. Yeah, y'all heard that right. We're dead last. Teacher pay is among the lowest in the nation, and our student to teacher ratio is one of the highest. The state spends less per student than almost anywhere in the entire country.
And while Tom Horn is worried about whether books makes a student feel uncomfortable, Arizona students are being failed academically, emotionally, and in schools, kids can't get new textbooks, but there's always a budget for school cops and surveillance.
Yep. And what's wild is this. Some of the same folks that are banning these books about slavery or Stonewall still have Confederate flags
Right,
in their garages, and they back the blue
right.
with signs in their yards. So when they say they're protecting the kids, let's ask which kids,
Right.
and what and who are you protecting them from?
This isn't just about books, man. It's about power. This is about controlling the narrative, about who gets to be the hero in American history. When you ban a book, you're not just silencing an author, you're cutting off a lifeline for students who finally saw themselves in those pages.
Yep. And a book might be the first place a queer teen finds safety. It might be the only place that a young Black girl learns about Shirley Chisholm, Bell Hooks, or Ida B. Wells. These stories matter because they remind us that we matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We matter.
And let's not forget, The Bluest Eye was once banned for graphic content, but it's a novel that explores trauma, racism, and beauty standards in a way no textbook ever could. Toni Morrison wasn't trying to shock, she was trying to heal. She once said, if there's a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it.
Yep. So what can we do? First, let's read these banned books. Let's buy them, gift them, put them in the little free libraries that you see throughout your neighborhoods. Host a banned books book club. Push your school board to publicly commit to transparency.
That's real. Support grassroots groups like AZ Books for All, Save All Schools Arizona, and Equality Arizona. These orgs are fighting on the ground, organizing rallies, lobbying lawmakers, and making sure the next generation doesn't grow up erased.
You're right. And if you've got kids, sit down and talk to them. Let them ask you the hard questions. Let them know that the truth is not always neat, but it is always powerful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we'll close this story out with words from James Baldwin, because his voice echoes through all of this. Not everything that is faced can be changed. but nothing can be changed until it's faced.
That's true. That's real. And coming up next, we're going to talk to you about Los Angeles and where ICE vans were forced to retreat. And Congresswoman Maxine Waters was denied entry to one of our detention facilities. And these streets are hot and the people are rising.
For sure. Let's go ahead and we're going to get into these next stories, man. With these stories, we're going to bring up a clip, let you see the video and everything, and then we're going to go from there and discuss it from there. We appreciate all your comments and everybody that's discussing in the comment section. We appreciate you all. What is he saying? We do not need more people in America. If anything, we need less. Hey, will you tell that to the economists, man? You know, they make when they make plans for the next year, it's all about growth. How many more people are going to be in the country? Because that's a normal way to say, hey, if it's going to be more people, then we know we're going to see a certain amount of growth. If we start seeing less people in America and that's happening every year more and more, where the rates are dropping, the birth rates are dropping, and the amount of people what's coming here is dropping, then economists are going to start ringing bells for alarms, because that means that it's going to be less money. You can't count on more people buying more products when we're losing people. That will hurt the economy. You think it's not a big deal, but it's a reason why people are coming here, and they want people to come here. America is not having enough babies right now to replace themselves. You don't want to be like Europe, who is seeing a big slowdown in their economy because of the amount of people that are being born there that aren't being born there. So think about what you saw. You saying you want to have less people. It sounds good. But when it comes to these economists, and it comes to all these people who are making these plans, they don't want to see that. That's not going to help their bottom line. So let's get into this borderlines and battlegrounds, America's immigration flashpoint. This has just been crazy all week, man. Let's go into some of these stories. I know we've seen most of these videos, but we still gonna go into it, man, just to talk about it, because this is what we do. Let's see what's gonna be the first one this morning. Oh goodness, my bad. So this week's segment is titled, like I said, Borderlines and Battlegrounds, America's immigration flashpoint. From LA to DC, we are seeing protesters are rising. ICE is retreating in some places, and leaders are either standing tall or being dragged out, like Mr. Padilla, Senator California. We're just gonna, like I said, run into some of these videos. Ground zero was LA this week, man. Let's start with the viral clip you've all probably seen all week. A woman unarmed and just trying to get home takes a sponge round straight to the forehead from a blank range. Miraculously, it's non-lethal, but doctors say she may lose partial vision. LAPD confirmed it fired less lethal rounds during Monday's 8 p.m. curfew sweep. 225 people were arrested that night alone, bringing the week's total past 500 people arrested. That's via The Guardian. Let's go ahead and run that clip, man, to see this. And this is kind of...
You can't call an ambulance? There's no ambulance to be had. Right there. You guys created? Right there. What happened? There's an emergency response. You shot her in the head. You can't. And they want to leave her here. Hey, don't you have to be a good citizen and take her to No, you should. Don't you supposed to be here to protect and serve? Aren't you here to protect and serve? Aren't you here to protect and serve? You're going to take care of it. What the fuck is wrong with you? The longer you stay here, the longer it's going to take for ambulance to get here. No, that's such a lie. Get a damn ambulance here. You shot her in the head with a rubber bullet. Back off. No, we're trying to get you to just make a fucking phone call.
Just use your fucking...
Disgusting. Disgusting. People aren't even doing anything. Republicans, they had a big thing on Twitter with Elon Musk where they were discussing how important the First Amendment was before they can say the N-word online. That's all they want to fight with. But when it comes to protest and people just going out into the streets and making their voices heard about what they feel about the administration's policies, the things that they are putting in place, the people that they are snatching off the streets, and people are tired of it, they go to the streets and they get shot in the head with rubber bullets, not hurting anyone. They wasn't breaking any laws or breaking anything. They wasn't looting. Like, what is going on with the police, man? And look how they treated this lady. Disgusting. And she may be blind. I hope that she sues the shit out the city. Because there's no way in the world that she should be treated like that. And you people are always talking about someone's racist. I don't care what color that lady was. It doesn't matter. She should not have been shot in the head with a rubber bullet for just protesting. I mean, if you are violent, you're hurting someone, we understand that violence get ratcheted up. But just for protesting, we saw the people weren't doing nothing but standing over there behind a sign. They weren't breaking the law. So I don't get the disgusting behavior, man. You saw the police officer's face. He knew he fucked up. It was that was disgusting. Let's go to the next one, man. We had 24 hours.
Yeah, so, 24 hours later, the riot officers spun and nailed 9 News Australia correspondent Lauren Thomasy in the thigh while she was live on air. Australia's prime minister called the shot horrific and unacceptable. And the Committee to Protect Journalists is demanding a federal inquiry into the use of force against our media.
Go ahead and run that clip, brother.
After hours of standing off, this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA.
You just shut the fuck up. You okay?
I'm good.
Are you okay?
Whew.
Oh my goodness, man. I mean, reporters can't even report on the streets. They're just firing at people. Man, I know that Australia is like, what the hell?
Right.
Like, it seemed like that guy aimed for her. When you look at the video, he looked at it right at her. He saw that she was on the news. He still fired. He aimed right at her. Like, these man, this is disgusting, man.
Yep, you're right, Jimmy. You can sit there and watch
You
him
see
aim
him
right at her.
Exactly right, Jimmy. He aimed right at her. Like, she was doing nothing.
Reporting the news.
They're hollering and screaming. Oh, they're terrorists. They're blowing up. Man, these are people reporting what's going on. Like, look at how they acting down there.
It's ridiculous.
And then, the tension keeps spiking. Video from a freeway overpass shows protesters hurling rocks and cinder blocks at California Highway Patrol troopers. Below, nearly a dozen deputies have been injured since Sunday, according to Sheriff Robert Luna of Yahoo.com's via Fox News. Go ahead and run that.
It's ridiculous.
This is what happens, man. This is what happens.
Right.
You can't say that this is right, what they're doing, destroying property. You can't say that is correct. You have to say that you can't do that. But this is what happens, man, when people get fed up with shit, man. This is what happens when people just are mad. They're mad. They're pissed off. There's a better way to do this. There's a way to do this without things going to this level. No, that it's not a peaceful protest. And I'm not saying that it is. I've just said that those things are not right, destroying property. It's not right. But this is what happens when you escalate things to the level that Trump is escalating things. When you're going into grade schools, grabbing little kids, when you go into churches, grabbing little kids, these things are going to escalate. You can't do these things. You have to do them the right way, or people are going to lash out. And that's what happened.
Yep. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and get into our next segment, which is Paramount and Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
In southeast of downtown Paramount, what looked like a flashbang war zone last night. Dumpsters were on fire, tear gas thick in the air. Deputies are saying that agitators hurled bottles, fireworks, and you guessed it, even more rocks. As civil rights lawyers counter that the department escalated first with less legal barrages, according to The Guardian. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Paramount. That was a quick one. Yeah, man, it definitely a lot of destruction, but it still wasn't to the level to need the National Guard,
Right.
like Trump brought in. That was just not needed, overreach of power, and just disgustingly ignoring the governor of the state, who he's had no respect for since day one.
Yep.
Day one, he's still talking about, if they would have raked the forest, it would have stopped the fires if they would have listened to me. He's still saying that he saves California, even though the water that he relinquished from the reservoirs didn't even reach California. This guy is disgusting, man. He has this thing against California because they didn't vote for him. It's disgusting.
It is.
So meanwhile, in Manhattan, protesters boxed in an ICE transport van outside 26 Federal Plaza, and force agents backed into the building. It's one of the at least 18 documented block the bus actions nationwide this week. Go ahead and roll that clip.
ICE van retreats.
It's New York, Manhattan. People are sick of it, man.
Real sick of it.
They're over it. They're over the way people being treated, and they're sick of it.
And you know what? Leaders are pushing back.
Mm-hmm.
Congresswoman Maxine Waters tried to inspect the Metropolitan Detention Center in LA, where federal officers barred her at the gate. The video is deja vu for anyone who remembers her border facility standoff in 2018. If you haven't seen it, you can go ahead and check that out on YouTube. But let's go ahead and roll that clip where Maxine Waters was denied entry into the detention center.
Hello. Congresswoman Waters. I just came. This is my congressional authority.
Ma'am, our lobby is secure right now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs office.
I need to get in. What are you hoping for?
Get ICE and federal agents, man.
Would a congressperson normally be able to enter?
Normally, yes. What is happening here? Well, there were some of the authorities, I don't know who they were, and I'm trying to get in to see
trying to cover their face.
who they have arrested. He is the head of SEIU local union here. I don't know why he was targeted. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know whether they're going to deport him. I want to report back.
The congressmen can't even come in and look and see what's going on. This is how you know you're doing shady things. This is from the top. They're telling them to treat other senators and congressmen, other people that's part of the legislation branch, that they can't come in and see what's going on.
Right.
The executive branch is making all decisions for everyone, not even listening to the judicial. This is ridiculous what's going on, man. And anybody that agrees with it, you are a piece of shit. Period. These people, it doesn't matter. This stuff is built into the Constitution. They should get a fair trial. Mm-hmm. They should be able to see if they're going to court, they should do what they should be able to see the judge. And if they're doing the right things, they should be able to become citizens.
Yep. And it shouldn't cost an arm and a leg just for someone to go through the process to become a citizen.
It costs so much money to become a citizen, man. But, you know, that's the way it is. All right. So California Governor Gavin Newsom isn't backing down either after former ICE Director Tom Homan, the hoe he is, threatened to arrest state officials who interfere. Newsom shot back. Tom, come after me. Arrest me. Let's go. The governor just filed suit alleging Trump's troops deployed violates posse rules and laws. All right, man. Go ahead and run that clip for me.
Tom Homan, the border czar, said to me yesterday he did not rule out literally arresting you, nor Mayor Bass, if you interfere in his words. He said you hadn't yet.
He's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do that? He knows where to find me. But you know what? Let your hands off 4-year-old girls that are trying to get educated. Let your hands off these poor people who are just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes, been here 10 years. The fear, the horror, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
Bloviating. All right. I mean, that's what we need, man. And he's taking the bull by the horns right now and going after the Trump administration.
He is. He's
not backing down. He's not looking weak. And he is definitely one of the top people to be the presidential candidate for 28.
Mm-hmm. He is. And, you know, I'm definitely for him to run for 2028. Mm-hmm. But let's go ahead into moving into facing the crowd. Mm-hmm. One moment of humanity breaking through the chaos is a man now identified as political strategist Aaron Fisher went viral this week for a calm 2-minute appeal to the National Guard troops, reminding them Trump laughs at you while you point guns at your own neighbors. Internet first mis-ID'd him as Marvel actor Wyatt Russell. Fisher says he's never even been on a film set, according to Interview Magazine. So let's go ahead and roll that clip of him, the speech to the guard.
Aaron Fisher. Yeah.
Feel tough with your assault rifles and your sticks. You should be standing here with us. Stand with us. You're on the wrong side of history. We know you got a job to do, but you took an oath to the Constitution, not to the fascists in the White House. Think about what you're doing now. Think about what this means. Coming into our community. Peaceful fucking community. People working their jobs. They send in men in military fatigues. Weapons of war into our communities. And you stand here and you allow it. I am sick and tired of it. You should be sick and tired of it. You think any of these people in the White House sending you these commands give a fuck about you? Not one of them do. They laugh at you. Our president laughs at you. He calls you fools. He said the people who died overseas in the military were chumps. That's who you're offending right now. Every last... Think about your place in history, ladies and gentlemen. Ask yourself when you wake up tomorrow. I don't know if you have kids. Ask yourself the future you want for your children. Is it this? You can answer me. Is it this? Do you feel good about this? You're tough behind your fucking masks and your fatigues and with your weapons, but how do you feel on the inside? This is our fucking community, and we will fight for it if we have to. Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose
Bring it back.
Whose streets? Our streets.
Yeah, man, this is strong, and I know a lot of people, don't want to talk trash about it, but he cares about his neighbors. He doesn't want to see his city cry, his city mourn, his city tear each other apart over something that's we have been doing, and the country has been growing with these people coming, working the jobs that other people don't want to work. That's why Trump is already trying to turn it around. That's why Trump is already making decisions to stop deporting the farmers, because the farm owners are being hurt. You can keep hollering, deport them all, get them all, but the taco himself is turning it around already. He's already giving in. So I mean, this is what he is saying out of his mouth. I have to stop deporting all these people because I'm hurting the farmers. Trump said that. You're king. So he's not trying to deport them all like you all keep saying, because you hate everyone. Could you imagine if during the Ellis Island days that they made these same remarks? I mean, I know they did, because they hated the Irish, they hated the Italians back then.
Deported 3 million people.
Everybody
but he
knows
did it
that.
legally, and he gave each and every one of them due process.
Due process. He gave them their process. They went to court. They got their court dates. They wasn't arrested on their court dates. So students are in the streets. LAPD have confirmed at least 56 student protesters were arrested during Wednesday's walkouts near USC and Cal State LA. Through no mainstream outlet has posted the full arrest video yet. We do have some at a college where people were going against ICE and just letting their voice be heard. Play the one with the college there.
It's crazy. ICE is receiving backlash from coast to coast. The movement is spreading. Austin saw thousands circle the state capitol on Monday, chanting, "No kings, no cages," as state troopers formed riot lines, while the Dallas PD said they're preparing for a similar crowd tonight.
Yeah, man. And in Nebraska, Omaha, brand new Mayor John Ewing Jr. condemned this week's workplace raid that snatched up 80 meat packing workers. People that are working, not fucking criminals.
He went to their place of job, their place of work.
They're working.
In the middle of their shift.
GOP Governor Jim Pilon, he cheered it on. Local businesses say the production is down 70% fucking percent.
And the chilling words from the top? Acting ICE Director Patrick Lickner said,
switch that
went on a conservative podcast this week, and in his words, he demanded Americans stop criticizing ICE, calling dissent reckless endangerment.
Wow, go ahead and run that clip, bro. Scroll. One with the American flag in the back. Go up. Right there.
My officers and agents walk into danger so other people can sleep safely at night, so kids can make it to school safely and play outside. So while it's easy to be an armchair quarterback and make up talking points that get activists riled up, the bottom line is my officers and agents are out there protecting the same people who are threatening their safety. Law enforcement's common sense. Politicians need to stop putting my people in danger. I'm not asking them to stop. I'm demanding that they stop. Here's what I have to say to Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, and anyone else stirring up the outrage about what ICE does. These are real people with real families you're hurting with your ridiculous rhetoric and inflammatory comments. And it's time to remember that.
I want to answer the question here. We got a guy saying they are taking, Nate Park? They are taking jobs of younger workers for cheap pay. Wake up. Oh my goodness. What teenager that's going to go work and pick strawberries all day?
Right.
Which one? Which one Because I've never met one. They're not doing those fucking farm jobs, man. Stop talking out of the side of your neck, man. That's ridiculous bullshit you just said. It's not happening. Teenagers is not doing that shit. They're barely working at McDonald's. We got grown-ups working in McDonald's now because there's not enough jobs.
We have people unretiring. They're coming out of retirement.
Right.
Because they can't afford their lifestyles. Old people can't afford to live in society anymore. So now they have to come out of retirement just to make extra money.
Even the word, you can say it's not just farm jobs, but the hotel businesses, they're not getting the same. People are not going for those jobs, man. We understand. We know who the jobs that these people are doing. Someone has to do this work. I know that people don't like it and they say, they're taking, all of a sudden now the right cares about them being taken advantage of. But when these hotels go under and all these businesses, they already see a production drop of 70% because people do not want to go to work. When those things start kicking in and all these companies and warehouses, they can't hit their production, we're going to have nothing on the shelves. You remember COVID when we didn't have any products on the shelves? That's coming really soon. While you go pack up on toilet paper because you hated immigrants so motherfucking much that you couldn't let them go to work and do their own thing. Getting them out of the country is not going to make your life better. And I don't understand those who think that it is. Obviously, these jobs are not jobs that normal Americans want to work. These are the people who are coming in and sending money back to their families and helping their people. This is what they're doing. Oh, be quiet. America would do those jobs if they would be. No, they're not. They're available right now. You go work it. You go work it, Mr. Fresh. That's that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. Stop saying craziness. We're not going to work those fucking jobs. And we all know this. Let us go to Florida with Mr. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who doubled down telling drivers that they may have the right to run over protesters if they feel threatened. We also had a Brevard County Sheriff, Wayne Ivey, warned potential rioters, "We will kill you. Graveyard dead." Civil rights groups call it an open license for violence. Let's go ahead and run the clip of this piece of shit motherfucker.
So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave. In our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Wow.
We're not going to play. This has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing
what happened to serve and protect
that are being attacked, being spit on, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs.
Oh, spit.
You're seeing ICE agents that are being targeted for doing their jobs. And you're seeing obstructionists that are doing all of this, standing in the way of law and order.
Man, this dude here. The police are supposed to protect. The police are supposed to do the hard jobs. Yeah, people get spit on. Are you kidding me? This is the reason why you get paid the big bucks. I mean, threatening people before you even go out there. That's escalating the situation before you even get there. Like, yeah, man, I understand you want people to go out there and get their words, their word heard without violence, and we all want that. We're not saying that. But to go out and just openly, just straight up, just ask for it. You're asking for it. It's an open invitation to bullshit because the way you're talking. That's not the way the police is supposed to talk. You're supposed to be positive, not negative. You're supposed to say, hey, we want everyone to come out there and be cordial. We will take people to jail if we have to, but the things that you were saying, it just escalated the situation. This is the reason why people hate cops, man. It's like you want to kill people graveyard dead. It's ridiculous. You don't, man, dog, do y'all understand what de-escalation is? Do police officers understand what that is? Do you get trained in de-escalation at all? Because you motherfuckers straight up escalate shit before the shit even starts. Dog, now people, they're going to test that. They're going to test it. You're supposed to be a leader in the community, and this is the way you talk to the community. Dog, this is not leadership. This is evil. Yeah, people are going to do, when you do something wrong, we're going to put you in jail. Right? What are you talking about? You're going to be graveyard dead. What are you talking about? Now, if someone else went on the news and said, hey, we're going to be killing all police officers that make any mistake, they're going to be graveyard dead. Could you imagine the backlash of that? If someone said some shit like that, how mad people would be? But this is how he treats his citizens. His people he's supposed to be sworn to protect. That's how he talks about them. This is ridiculous, man. The violence that these people want. And then these the same people who pardon the January 6th piece of shit people. Why they beat up police officers. They got pardons. They're all running around living their life as normal right now. After they didn't beat up all these people and they sitting there acting like, oh, we are so against rioters. Oh, but those January 6th people, oh, well, get the fuck out of here. It's no fucking difference. It's no fucking difference. Why are these people being treated like they're all great and the normal people who trying to walk and protest are being treated like criminals before they even get there? Oh, if you people don't act right, we're going to sick our dogs on you and we're going to shoot you and send you to the grave. Wow. And anybody who think there's that a police officer should act like that, that is ridiculous.
Right.
He should lose his job for fucking threatening the fucking public. It's garbage. This sets the stage for Saturday, today, Trump's $45 million birthday party. Military parade. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in my life. DC organizers have quietly advertised for seat fillers, worried the mall might look half empty on global TV. Good.
Good.
I hope no one comes to that stupid ass shit. Go ahead and run the video of Trump discussing how he feels about people who are going to protest his King's Day.
We won the war, and we're the only country that didn't celebrate it. And we're going to be celebrating big on Saturday. We're going to have a lot of, and if there's any protest that wants to come out, they will be met with very big force. By the way, for those people that want to protest, they're going to be met with very big force. And I haven't even heard about a protest, but, you know, this is people that hate our country, but they will be met with very heavy force. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
Disgusting.
As the No Kings protest is currently underway.
Disgusting.
In DC.
And nobody's going to fucking not protest because this punk said so.
Right.
We're not listening to you, brother.
We're just going to forgive our number one right to free speech because you said so. You're going to arrest us because we don't want, we want to stand against you.
These people don't care about the First Amendment. They don't care about that shit. You
At
see
all.
how they treat protesters. We just seen 2 videos in a row treating protesters like trash. They don't give a fuck about protesting. They don't give a fuck about people exercising their rights because they don't want people to have rights at all. So we're going to sit here. They want us to sit here and bow down to their King's Day. The hell out of here. We are going to protest, and I hope all the protests are right in their face. And I hope the protests are bigger than his dumbass crowd that's coming to fucking celebrate his stupid ass birthday. Go ahead.
Yep, you're right. And, you know, Senator Rand Paul this week said that the spectacle makes America look like Soviet or North Korean pageantry.
Mm-hmm.
Trump isn't budging. He tweeted, protesters will be met with huge force. The White House later tried to soften that language, but the threat is on record. If you just go to youtube.com with ABC News.
Yeah, I mean, you see how he talks. You know, nobody's supposed to protest him. But his January 6th protest when he lost the election, that's fine. Good. That's cool. These people are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. The planet. No one's supposed to say anything about what they're doing. But they can say everything about when somebody else is doing something that they don't like. In fact, they can kill people. Dr. Randolph, please get off my page with that bullshit. Shut up. We have fatigue by dealing with you and other races like you, Dr. Randolph. We the ones with the fatigue. Don't come in with that shit. You don't even know what it is to be nothing except a loser. Yesterday, a DHS press event in LA blew up when Secret Service dragged Senator Alex Padilla out in cuffs after he asked Secretary Kristi Noem on deaths in ICE custody. Within hours, a White House hearing devolved into shut up, screaming after Republican praised the arrest. This is ridiculous. Go ahead and run that video, man. Should say Padilla. What? It should say Padilla.
Fact of the matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your. I also want to talk about
how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duties. How they have been.
Look at that. Kristi Noem going around playing ICE. Got this man kicked out. It's disgusting how they treating a fucking senator, man. He's a senator. Voted into office, something that she wasn't. And she thinks she can treat people like that. It doesn't matter if it was a press conference or not. He can ask a question. He's a senator. It's ridiculous, man, how these people are acting, dude. They act like they could not be held accountable for anything that they're doing.
Yep, including the economic whiplash that they're providing us. On one Miami roofing contractor, Vincent Scardina, told NBC6 that ICE detained a third of his workforce during a routine traffic stop. He also said, end quote, I voted for Trump, but I can't finish jobs without my guys. It's a snapshot of how immigration policies are ricocheting back on small businesses. You can't do your job. You can't finish your job because now your workers are gone. Your workers are gone because you voted for Trump. Do you not see the domino effect?
Man,
You put yourself in this situation.
that's real. Go ahead and run that clip, man.
It's financially as well as emotionally. It takes a toll.
Vincent, you voted for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
He thought the Trump administration was going to focus solely on deporting criminals. It seems immigration officials, he says, are just trying to meet quotas now. 6 Nicaraguan men who on May 27th were detained along US 1 in Sugarloaf Key on their way to a job. Their immigration attorney says it should not have happened because 5 of the 6 have their paperwork in order with pending asylum cases. Vincent Scardina is the owner of the roofing company where they worked. He's owned it 37 years.
You become their friends, just not an employer, but a friend. And you see what happens to their family. It's quite a shock.
Given his support for the president, we asked what he would tell the commander-in-chief if he had a chance.
What happened here? This situation is just totally, just blatantly not at all what they said it was.
It's you know, his business is struggling like a lot of businesses are struggling right now. You know, the Republicans, you know, they say they're very pro-business, that they're for small government, but it seems to me that they are doing everything that they can to hurt small businesses. They're doing everything they can to put people in positions where their businesses are going to fail. Now you're all hollering and screaming to get the illegals out of here, get them out of here, arrest them. But why aren't they arresting these people who give these people jobs? Why aren't they being arrested? Why are they always the one that owns the meat packing plant and he's got all these illegals working for him, even though it's supposed to be illegal to do so, right?
Right.
Unless they have work visas and that's the proper work documents. And if they have the proper work documents, why are they being shipped out of the country if they have the correct paperwork and visas to be here and work? So this is a two-way street situation. If the guy was doing the stuff the right way, then yeah, man, he has a right to be upset that his people were snatched out of the country and they're here on their work visas to do their work and to help him to grow his company. And these people are, get them all out of here. Now his company goes under. You don't care that you seeing this man and his livelihood being taken from him?
Nope, they don't care.
Obviously, if he can afford to hire Americans at a higher rate, he would already be doing that. It's unbelievable to see the people who don't care about their fellow Americans because they're so evil and want other people to. This is not going to help your situation and get you a better job.
It's not going to put more money in your pocket.
It's not going to help you. So from LA streets to Capitol Hill, the hearings, the through line tonight is power, who wields it, and how they answer when people push back.
Yep. So stay safe, stay loud, and remember the words of Ella Baker. Give people light, and they will find the way.
Mm-hmm. That's Habari News Weekly for this week. Subscribe, share, and we'll keep the receipts. Peace out for the Habari Nation. We're going to go into some quick comic books real fast. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but let's get into it.
Let's go ahead and roll that comic book.
Comic Book Corner. Sponsored by
time right now, but if you want to become a sponsor, hit us up at info@habarientertainment.com and we will come complete a package for you just for your liking. This week we're going to talk a little bit about some of the Superman the last Superman trailer that came out. I'm not that excited about Superman, but we'll check it out, man. I don't know if I'm going to see if we're going to go see this one, but a lot of people are pumped about it. How do you guys feel about it? About the movie? I'm not too pumped.
I don't think we have ever been to the theater to see a DC movie.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
No, it's not something we've done.
The commercials don't look that great to make me want to go see their movies.
I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. I haven't been a fan lately. It's been all over the place. But James Gunn's bold, hopeful reboot of Superman starring David Corenswet, set to release July 11th. I'll walk you through what we've seen so far, from character interviews to chaotic battles. And while Gunn's vision is stirring hope and some healthy skepticism, some people are not very, happy about what's going on with it, but we'll see. The first trailer starts a classic, a Clark and Lois interview echoing the charm of Reeve era Superman, with Lois no nonsense questioning hitting hard. When do you surge into a global conflict? Who decides when you go in? Things like that. And I thought that was pretty interesting, the view that they was going. Gunn is setting up Superman not just as muscle, but also as a moral thinker. And that's something that we always saw from the comic books with Superman. It's always been those moral dilemmas that he would get into with his strength and power, and some of the importance that he gave to what was going on in the world. Struggling under that weight of power, a theme we've yearned to see more of in recent DC films. It's an emotional tug of war, hero, interloper. Visually, the trailer distanced itself from Snyder's bleakness, filtered colors, hopeful tones, and Superman who winks at a startled crowd instead of towering in gloom. And Crypto the Superdog makes his playful debut, both comic release and emotional anchor at the same time. And everybody love a good Crypto, and this is the first time he'll be making, like you said, the film debut. So it's pretty dope. The recent trailer sealed the vibe: expansive action, brutal challenges, cosmic threats, and emotional stakes. We see Superman fighting monstrous foes, facing down Lex Luthor's engineered rivals, and even discovering that he can bleed without a full body bruise, echoing Gunn's ambition to humanize the Man of Steel, something that definitely needed to be done, man. I think that's why some people get disconnected from him. He doesn't have any way to be hurt. People don't see him be vulnerable, and I think that's what people connect with characters nowadays, because they want to see that you do have a side that can be vulnerable, that you can feel some pain, you can be hurt. Those things are something I think that people can see eye to eye with these characters, and that's how they connect with them. But I'm gonna talk about some of the Easter eggs real fast. We got Baby Joey and Metamorpho, which is pretty dope. A surprising cameo of Baby with transformation abilities. Hence, we're diving deep into the Luthor scientific arms race and set it up Metamorpho for future DC arcs, and that's pretty cool. He was a character that I think that was, pretty dope. He has some awesome powers, but it's weird to see him. I don't know if he comes off on screen that well. He's always been just in the books and in cartoons, so I don't know if he comes off that well on screen, but we'll see though. We got the Justice Gang cameos. Look closely in the ensemble scene. We got Hawk Girl, played by Isabella Merced, Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion, and Mr. Terrific, Eddie Gathegi, appears singling DC's bright team-based future. Modified, unvulnerable Superman. Gunn fixed this and for the trailer, and the flying Anasoto hit Superman without effect. Now he ignores it, restoring his superpower. Yeah, because at first he blinked, and in the second one they made him not blink. We got the Archers of Fortitude. We got Superman calling for Crypto from a frozen tundra. That's grounding one of Superman's most comic book lore's most iconic locations, and that's pretty dope too. So I'm thrilled to check it out, man. I'm still making the decision. I'm gonna go to see it, but we will see. But lastly,
he said Superman is an illegal alien.
Yeah, man. You want to watch a white story of a powerful white man living, dude? It's a comic book, my brother. It's a comic book. Sometimes you have to just get away from life and ignore the distractions and get lost in a good story. Doesn't always have to be, I just love comics. I always loved it my whole life. But anyway, let's run the sports real fast, bro.
Habari Sports.
Indiana dropped the ball last night. They was leading into the fourth quarter. They end up dropping it and losing it to OKC. I think with that win, OKC takes back home court advantage. Kind of hurt them, man. So we're going to see what happens, man. Here with Habari Sports meets Soul. I'm Damon, and right now we're breaking down a final series that has rocked the NBA. Not really. People are not really watching it. Game 4 where the Pacers fell 111 to 104 to the Thunder. Even the series at 2-2. Going back to OKC for Game 5. It's going to be an uphill battle for Indiana to win that Game 5, man. The game started. It was a tight. And Pascal Siakam led Indiana with 20 points, backed by 18 from Halliburton, 17 from Obi Toppin from much of the night, and the Pacers dominating, holding the 10-point lead early in the fourth quarter. But then came Shai Gilgeous-Alexander show. He dropped 15 of his 35 points in the final 4 minutes and 38 seconds, including a fierce 16-7 run that flipped the game. Notably, SGA had 0 assists, his first score-only game this season, and his free throw dominance, 87.7% on the night, broke the gap wide open. And, the Thunder's bench chipped in with Jalen Williams getting you 27. Caruso added 20 in the spark plug role. And rookie and Chet Holmgren delivered 14 and grabbed 15 rebounds. Their rebounding locked down the game, holding Indy to just 6 points in the crunch. So, turning the tide, key adjustments, man, that went down. What changed? Oklahoma City switched up their defensive pressure, forcing Halliburton and Siakam into tough drives and contested shots. Indiana, who averaged 117.2 points per game in the regular season, dipped to 109 in the finals so far. It's clear when their rhythm falters, OKC's athletic defensive suffocates and SGA's calm resolve. Golden, the power of calm. As he told teammates earlier, keep his fire silent but lethal. So, man, it's we'll see. You can't be DEI in sports, man. Stop it, man. DEI doesn't work in sports. You got to earn your spot every day, man. Somebody's trying to take your minutes every night. That doesn't work in jobs. That's not how jobs work. You could be the worst person in the job and keep your job for 45 years. That's how it is. Jobs are not sports, man. I hate when people try to put them in the same category. It's totally, totally different, because you can lose that spot in the NBA and be out the NBA next week if you're not keeping up. But
who will win the finals? Let's see if you know sports better than politics.
Who will win the finals? What?
Mm-hmm. That's what someone
who
said
will
in the
win? I'm going for
comments.
Indiana, man, but everybody, we all know that it's probably going to be the Thunder that win it, but I am going for Indiana. I was a big Reggie Miller fan in the 90s as a kid, and I would like to see them get one in Indiana, man. They've suffered for a long time. But OKC, we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, currently the teams are 2-2 with Game 5 back in Oklahoma City. Home court is restored to the Thunder. This is now a best out of 3 showdown, and OKC holds the momentum. Meanwhile, the Pacers face a steep challenge, cracking the defense and retaking control. Game 3 belonged to Indy, sharing the series at 2-1, 116 to 107. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, bro. I'm not a lot of people are watching it this year, man, but I thought that it's been a good series, and it's been good. And I wish more people were watching it, because these are some of the stars of tomorrow, man. We have to turn the page from LeBron and start looking at the new players. But it seems like people are not really interested. But we appreciate everybody, sitting through with us and talking about this stuff. Even the people that don't agree, we love you guys for talking. Thank you, Habari Nation. But let's get to the end here. Let's see what we got. Man, that was long as hell. But you see that? You see it? The end.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, run it. I don't see it yet.
All right. So, because strength doesn't just come from fighting back. It comes from showing up, from speaking up, from staying present, even when the system wants you silent. In moments like these, we lean on each other and we rise together. And we'll leave you with the words of Fannie Lou Hamer, who once said, "Never to forget where you came from, and always praise the bridges that carried us over." So let's keep building bridges and keep pushing forward. Keep fighting the fight that we're already fighting. Stay diligent, stay loud, and as always, we thank you, Habari Nation.
Right on for watching. We appreciate everybody. Thank you, SJ. I don't know how to say your name, but we appreciate you, even though you were saying some crazy stuff at first. But we appreciate you, man, for watching and staying on. And thank you, everybody, for being a part of the show. And right on, Aiden, for putting together a good show, bro. We appreciate you bringing in all the videos. I know it was a lot today. But into next week, peace.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the